Right, these are my Rolex predictions for 2022. Stainless steel Daytona with a steel bezel. Pink gold Submariner with a blue dial. Bring the Hulk back. A Day-Date 40 with a blue dial, Roman numerals and pink gold. I've called it. Of
course you have. Of course you have.
Let's go YouTube. What is up? It's James from Robin Henry Watches, back from a long break, although actually we might have just put out a video, so maybe it's not a break.
We've definitely put out a video just now.
Okay.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Why am I wearing the same clothes from a few days ago?
Because that's all you wear. Actually, for a change, it's not all you wear.
I know. I'm hitting it up.
What does DMX stand for?
It's the name of a drum machine. That's what he based his name on.
Is it?
DMX was the name of a drum machine.
What's it stand for?
That's the name of the brand of the drum machine.
Yeah,
It doesn't stand for anything. DMX, the artist, his name was based off a drum machine.
I don't care. I want to know what it stands for.
That's what it stands for.
Make it stand for something.
It does stand for something. It stands for hip hop. Right, anyway.
That's I'm so disappointed.
Well, be disappointed. I'm disappointed he died. How about that?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Ouch.
you didn't know DMX was dead.
Do I look like the sort of guy who knows if DMX is alive or not? Didn't know he
Wow.
existed until like 5
You've just
minutes
insulted a large community of people.
I insult large communities on a daily basis.
Anyway, right, let's get into it. Right, we're dropping new watches in the watch shop. Right, this did a video on my Cartier SolarBeat.
You've got a SolarBeat.
This is not mine. This is another new one.
It?
Has it got a what?
A blemish in it.
No, it's got no blemishes in
Any
it.
foreign hairing.
No, it hasn't. My Cartier SolarBeat is still with Cartier, like facepalm moment. Anyway, you can own a new Cartier. There's like dust flying around in here. You need to clean this studio up.
Oh, I need to clean it up.
Anyway,
So
it's a full set. It's brand new. Look at that non-animal leather strap made out of apple skins. That could be yours. And best thing, 3,100, or I think it's even as low as 3,000 if you pay by bank transfer.
Sure, it's exactly 3,000.
Cheapest in the world.
Checked for foreign objects as well.
Checked for foreign objects. Unless you can buy it at the boutique. If you can buy it at the boutique from Cartier, buy it from them, it'll be even cheaper.
Will the boutique check for foreign objects?
No, they will not.
So
Madrid.
So what you're saying is this is actually the best SolarBeat in the world right
Basically.
now.
It's also the cheapest on the secondary market. The other thing that we have as well, one of my personal favourites, the lovely burgundy.
How you haven't unstickered that yet?
I know.
Stuck it on.
It's such a cool watch. Full set as well. 2,700
Ish.
in that ballpark.
Something
Again,
like
it's the or one of the cheapest. And actually, I'm wearing a Cartier as well. Santos medium steel and yellow gold, factory diamond set. Cool as.
Have you put the bracelet on it right this time?
I have put the bracelet on. Someone who photographed it mutilated it. Alright, let's get into it. So, these are like my 2022 predictions, but also a little bit of a 2021 recap, all hashed into one.
Yes.
And I'm about a month late, so, soz.
And there's something that's grinding my gears that we need to talk about as well after, but we'll get onto that.
Right, so obvious things out the way first. Rolex has already put their prices up 10%.
Damn it, that's
Average.
what's grinding my gears.
Oh, really?
Damn it.
Really?
Well, yes, not that they put the prices up.
Oh, the effect on the
but
aftermarket.
that nobody understands.
Yeah, well, that's not
There's
good.
a famous saying that someone once said.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Nobody gets it.
So there's a lot of where I'm buying used Rolex sports watches, and the wholesalers are putting out a price. I'm saying I'm taking it, I'm buying it, and they're like, nah. The price is wrong. The price has to go up. And what they're actually saying to me, all I can hear in my head is Fat Joe and like Drake hanging out the sofa, like, yesterday's price is not today's price, and just laughing at me. I mean, here's the funny thing: I'm wholesaling a Rolex this week to a dealer, and the price that I've sold it to them at, which was agreed last week, I can't even buy it at the sale price. I can only buy it several £100s more than what I'm selling it for this week.
I think it's important to say, like, we feel your pain, everyone. Like,
yeah, I know. Like, I could say to this guy, if I wasn't a gentleman, I could just say, no, I'm out, and then literally sell it for £800-900 more this week and take that as margin.
Yeah.
But I'm not. So
it's a hard, cruel world.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
In fact, I'm pretty sure one of us said this morning's price.
Oh, yeah.
It's not even this evening's price.
This morning's price is not this afternoon's price. This afternoon's price is not this evening's price.
It's like you can see it on Chrono, and it's like 9,500, and then you click on it to see more details, and it's like 9,700. What?
Not cool. So that's affecting it. I mean, most Rolex dealers, they're making about 36% GP, like I said, margin on the watches, so they're still doing good.
What was your GP last year?
Just over 6%.
Ouch.
Yeah, ouch. That's me like hustling and making a business and getting new clients, and that's my USP. Finding the watch that you love at the right price.
Unless it's a watch that I love, in which case it's a dog.
Yeah, you've got no taste in watches.
I love leave them alone.
So prices are up. Are prices going to continue to rise this year? Yes. I mean,
they've probably raised in the time we've been videoing this.
I don't think there's ever been a year like 2021. Like 2021 was like the year of the hype watch, and that was across Rolex, AP, Patek, predominantly. Are prices going to soften this year or correct? No. There's no current end to the madness. So is that a prediction? Not really, but that's my prediction on prices.
We're 3 weeks in and nothing has made it into an AD's window yet. And
you would think January, it's like, I'm a retailer by trade, and it's like that's when you'll like have to give stuff away. Like still the Rolex game is still strong. Everyone still wants it.
It's getting harder if nothing else. At least at Christmas they had stuff in the window.
If I had the Rolex watches to be selling all the time, I'd be selling them. So yeah, the prices are going to continue. So I can't remember where it was. If it was on one of it wasn't on the WhatsApp group. If it was on a forum, or it was someone I was speaking to was looking at watches. I can't remember where it was. I might have talked about this already, and they were like, "I'm going to wait and see what happens on pricing."
No, God. Yeah. Don't wait.
Like, what do you think's going to happen? This is the history. Like, if this was like a graph of Rolex prices over the decades, like, what part of that do you think is going to be like?
It's like being in the middle of the sea on like Bondi Beach. You see a shark coming your way, and you're like, "It's a long way to swim back." Like, I'll just wait and see if the shark turns away.
I guess there might be some correction on some models, like the Tiffany. It's still going on. Do you know what pisses me off about the Tiffany, other than it being the Tiffany? Like, everyone is f***ing sick of hearing about it. That too. But all the pre-owned dealers like me, I'm like mocking myself, but like these guys they're a better level than me. They're doing better than me. But anyway, the point is they're all putting it like, I just got a Tiffany and I got one coming in. POA. Dude, just have the backbone to put up the ridiculous price that you're trying to get for.
Basically means I'm going to rinse you for as much as is humanly possible. Email me to get f***ed.
In terms of what do I think Rolex is going to put out, obviously there's been the leaks. I don't think they're going to put out too much. I could be wrong. Because if they're not going to up production, why are they going to cause themselves more grief? The whole Rolex brand right now, I know it's all a good, great marketing for them, but they've publicly said they're not happy about the situation, the supply and demand disparity. So why are they going to deliberately ramp up demand even more when they can't supply it? Unless they've got opened up a new Willy Wonka chocolate factory and have people working through the night, with magic. What's the point? So I don't think they're going to. This is my thing. I think they'll do a few dial changes. There might be one significant-ish upgrade, but are they going to drop a new model? I don't think so.
For all we know, this leak could be done by Rolex to gauge if there's interest in these models. It would take 5 minutes for marketing departments to just whip up that, stick it out into the wild, suddenly go, oh, everyone wants a Hulk again.
I think what might be more significant than new releases from Rolex this year might be discontinuations. Clean up their catalogue a little bit. Let's be honest, there's some dog in there. Number one.
There's some dog in the leak.
Leaks. The Air King. Come on, put a picture of it up. When that thing came out, it was in the window at our local, Rolex authorised dealer. Do you know why? Because it looked like shit. And that was just before like the Rolex hype all started, and it's not a hype model, but you still can't obviously buy the thing. It's ugly. I remember it. It was £3,800 at our local store, and I looked at it and I was like, nope, don't want it. Like, the dial was made with like a spare parts bin. You know, it was like, you know, like maybe there's someone who like high up at Rolex and they had to like employ their son or their daughter, and you know, maybe they're a bit simple, and because they got given in charge of like a department, and they got to come up with this watch, and everyone was like, oh shit, and they put it out.
That's not what we do.
You know, I'm sure they sell all the ones they got, but it's doing them no favours, and it doesn't, for me, the Air King range over the decades, it doesn't really go with its history. I don't get it. So get rid of that. They might also as well discontinue the Milgauss. It's never been hugely popular since it's been
out there now that.
So they bought it back. I haven't fact checked this, so I know I'm going to get called out for this. I think they bought it back late 2000s, so maybe 2007, 8, something like that. It hadn't been in production for a long time because it wasn't overly relevant. Yeah, exactly. Like, I hate to say it, Omega's doing a better job with anti-magnetic kind of, you know, in their watches. So, but who needs the Milgauss? No one wants a Milgauss. Listen, if your Rolex AD calls you up and tell you they got a Milgauss for you, the first thing you're going to hear, you're going to have disappointment in your heart. Are you going to still buy it? Yeah, of course you are, because it's a new Rolex watch. You know, maybe you enjoy it for a day, realise it's ugly, and then flip it to a dealer for a small profit. So, what would be my advice of what to buy Rolex 2022? Here it is. Wait for it. Anything. If you
all of it.
Listen, I mean, if you want a Rolex, I think the best thing is if you're a watch collector right now and you're not in it for, you know, the odd pound note. Oh, sorry, pound coin for, you know, other people. I think the best place to be as a watch collector 2022 is to not give a about Rolex, personally, because there is so many cool brands out there which are way better. Let's not get into AP and Patek because they're hyped anyway at the moment, but like Vacheron, Blancpain's a little bit boring. Breguet
had some interesting stuff.
Sorry, who?
Bremont.
Nah. I've had a bad experience.
Yeah, you've had a bad experience, but it's likeable.
Omega, you know, they've had a really good year, and they're still doing loads, which they're not getting credit for. Obviously, my favourite, Cartier, they're just coming off an awesome year. There's so many other great watches out there. So if you're not afflicted with the like needing to be part of the Rolex club or trying to make, you know, a little bit of money, don't bother. And if you do,
start regulating the market.
Just buy it. Just buy any Rolex, you know, because you're gonna do all right on it if that's what you're in it for. There's loads of the new startup dealers, especially, which I know I would fall in the category of, and some low or mid levels, and they are just, do you know what I can't stand? And they're putting out buy your Rolex investment piece, and it's like. Watches, yes, you can make money out of watches, and yes, it can be investment, but all these guys like selling it as an investment is what's wrong with the market. And the really high-end dealers are always saying exactly what I agree with as well, is watches are an investment, buy what you love, you know. And that's what's wrong with the whole market right now, is that as collectors we can't buy watches to just enjoy. Like back in the day, I might buy a Rolex GMT, but because I want it, because it's a Rolex GMT, and for the history of it, enjoy it, and I can move it on. Buy something else.
It doesn't help the places like Chrono immediately the second you buy it, stick it in your collection, and they're like, you've made this much profit. Like, well, it's
not even real anyway. That I know what you're saying, but it's inflated.
It encourages that mindset. That's the problem.
Investment watches. If you're buying watches for investment, listen. Of course, you can make money on watches, but it's like if you're buying it for that,
don't treat it. Can be an investment, but don't treat it like one.
Yeah. If I was going to be like, not treating it as an investment, but if it was like, where would be a smart place to see my money? I want a Rolex. I like the brand. I want to enjoy the watch. I want it to do well as well. I would say things like what I would go for: day date 36mm, any non-standard dial, something a little bit different. That's what I think is interesting and would have the potential to see some upward gravity. Explorer 2s, I think they're great value as well. 16570s and the two 16570s, the newer variant. Right, Omega. I got to look back at this because I wrote this weeks ago. I was genuinely, not like I was going to be first, but I would have had my video out at the same time as everyone had I not been stuck in isolation. I think they've had a really good year for 2021. I think they're going to have a good 2022. And listen, no one's got to feel sorry for Omega. They're the number 2 selling Swiss brand. It's Rolex, Omega, Cartier.
Yeah.
And oddly, do you know who used to be number 4? Longines.
Really?
Yeah, but do you know who's overtaken Longines? Patek. And you think on the number of watches they put out.
Is this but what's this based off of?
Sales data.
Sales as in cash sales or quantity?
Sales.
Okay.
As in like pound notes.
Pound notes.
Pound notes.
Pound notes.
So
what's a pound note?
I don't know. I don't think they've had the credit they deserve in the spotlight, because 2021 is like the year of the hype watch. You've had, obviously, Rolex, AP, Patek, fine taken, but they've done loads of stuff. Like, think about this. January 2021, they launched the new Speedmaster, and although I did talk about their prices slumping,
January 2022, they launched the new Speedmaster.
Oh, fine. Well, they have put one out this month.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, you're mocking me, right? Okay, I'm talking about.
You are mocking Omega.
Oh, yeah, well, this is Omega. They put out new Speedmasters a lot. Anyway, so they updated like the basic steel Hesselite Sapphire ones. I commented that the prices were going down on the new ones, but I did give them full credit for making them available. A steel sports chronograph from a high-end brand, you can buy them. That was really good. What else did they do this year? They did 2021. They did the 321 caliber movement. That was really good. The Snoopies are probably like Omega's only hype piece, which prices are still going nuts. You've had the Bond 007 Seamaster, which was
that was a good film.
What the? It was the worst Bond film. That's why he has twat written next to him.
P.S. That's for sale now.
I might put that for sale. If you want a metal Omega thing from... I can't even get it out.
It's like he's watching you fail to lift him off the shelf and mocking you.
Of course he is. So anyway, that piece is kind of picked up around the film at the moment. It's not trading like Covalist. You can still get a little bit under.
That's probably the last chance. Now that it's just gone to home release, it's probably the last chance for it to spike for a little bit.
Yeah. And also, the Seamaster, I know it didn't come out last year, but the Seamaster 300, one of our best-selling watches for the year. Such a cool watch, and price-wise, when you put it next to a Submariner right now, it makes a lot of sense. It's just whether you like the aesthetics. I think they could help themselves if they scaled it from a 42mm to a 40mm, or even maybe a 39. That's the only thing that puts me off.
It's just big.
Yeah, it's a little too thick. It's a little too big, but I could live with that. And the bracelet is overly fussy. I think everyone agrees the bracelet is just not up to where it needs to be.
I've not seen a single person who actually likes the bracelet.
Amiga, you need to do something about that. They brought out the Chronoscope, which personally isn't for me. They obviously
I quite like the Chronoscope. It's pricey, but
I haven't seen one in person yet. But allegedly, they were really big. They also redid the Constellation line last year. So they did all this stuff. And it's like, it actually took me a while to recall it. To actually, they've actually done a load. So, so they've just put out, it's white gold. They've got their own name. What's it? Cannulus or whatever?
Canopus.
I know.
Canopus.
You can tell that we really put a lot of time into
It's been a week since I read the thing. Canopus gold.
Yeah, we put a lot of time into researching these videos. So I haven't seen I didn't look at the UK price, but it's $81,000. Essentially, it's white gold. One nice touch is, we'll talk about the price, but the dial is that black onyx, which I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
It's got the 321 caliber.
Vintage Omega branding as well is nice.
I think it's a super cool watch. The price. Do you know what I think the price is? That's them like, we want to be better than Rolex, so we're going to make up this price up here, which is way out of line with, let's say, a precious metal gold Daytona. Yeah. They're asking, probably...
They're creating exclusivity around this one.
30 odd grand more or something like that. It's like, who's buying it? But I guess there will be someone that will buy it.
Of course there will.
I think it's a cool watch, but they've way overshot the price.
Look, you had the cash, you'd be on it.
Yeah, probably. Boats and hoes. So, prediction. So it's the 65th anniversary of the Speedmaster. So it's January. They've already put one out. Now they need to put out 65th anniversary models for the peasants. So my predictions will be we're going to see more Speedmasters this year, limited editions.
I'll give it till about April. Enough time for this hype to die.
February. March.
Omega, you're probably right.
Exactly. I think maybe there'll be different dial options, maybe some ceramic models. I don't know. I'd buy into.
I reckon they'll take a good month or two to
if they bring something nice out. Yeah, I'd buy it. So
you remember how long they were pushing the chronoscope before they did anything else? That was like 2 or 3 months.
Yeah. What else? Maybe they'll do some different dial colours for the Seamaster because it's only it's black, white.
Maybe they'll do
grey,
green bezel,
and blue.
Green dial Seamaster.
Oh, how embarrassing would that be? I remember Tag Heuer when they brought theirs out. Oh, it's embarrassing. And they did their version of like the Batman.
The Hulkmaster.
Oh, it's tacky. Sorry, Tag Heuer. That was cheap. So yeah, that's what I think. That'll be maybe like I said, I'd love them to bring out the Seamaster in a smaller case size, like 39mm or 40.
Well, they did it with the 200. Pretty sure they did it with the 150 as well.
You used to be able to buy the planet. I don't. Maybe you still can. The Planet Ocean in a 37.5mm.
Yeah.
I bought that for my dad's got one. I bought it for him.
Yeah.
I'd like to see more people get back on Omega. Right now, it feels that who buys Omega right now? I think wrongly, it's people that can't get a Rolex buy it. Not everyone. If you're a connoisseur, you might like me. The first watch I bought, I've said this before, was 2 Omegas. I could have bought a Rolex, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to. I avoided it for years. And before I got it. Right, so last but not least, my favourite. No, you can actually flip the editing on this and put it at the top, actually. Okay. Cartier. Cartier have just come off a massive 2021. They're still the 3rd best-selling Swiss brand by sales. I think they're absolutely dominating right now. I am a fanboy, yes. But yeah, I don't think a lot of people realise how big Cartier are and how many. Like, you ask the average person, people are coming around from the old thing of like Cartier. Don't they just sell like women's jewellery? Yeah, they do. They're a jeweller, but they also, the number 3, watch seller as well. And they invented this game in reality. Yeah. And they're just, that's why you can wear the original Santos still looks as still doing its thing today. Yeah. Anyway,
well done, Cartier.
Well done. Obviously, Santos and the Tank has had most of the headlines. You've had Cartier's had awesome auction results through 2021. Loads of.
Not as good as Patek though.
6.5 million. Whatever. You've got loads of celebrities which are moving to Cartier and endorsing it. Your favourite Kanye West, Jay-Z, Tyler the Creator, bigger collectors like John Goldberger. My pronunciation of any name, I'm just butchering it. Anyway, what that's doing is it's making Cartier more mainstream and younger people are getting into it. Even let's think about the Tank Muss have just had they're still they're like a hype piece for Cartier. Yeah. The Cartier SolarBeat. Why has a solar powered watch got so much everyone trying to get one right now?
I've had the solar powered watch since I was 10. It wasn't Cartier, but it's suddenly a hype piece.
So yeah, what Cartier do a very good job of most years is they pick a line and they vamp it up. A year or so back, they redid the Santos.
Yeah. Well, it's been the year of the Tank,
and that went nuts. Tanks they did. So, what do I think they're going to do this year? I haven't got a clue, to be honest. Are they going to pick a line? They've done the Pasha, they've done the Tank, they've done the Santos.
The Panther?
If it wasn't last year, it was the year before. But I think I talked about that where I said in my top 5 Cartier watch video, where I was disappointed because they haven't brought out a men's version.
Yeah.
So maybe they're going to pick something, or maybe Cartier is bold. They might bring out a new range. You know, like
consumer grade crash.
Yeah, for the poor people.
Made of stainless steel.
What do I think? If you're like, well, I want to buy Cartier this year, but I don't want to lose in it. What should I buy? I would say this: if you've got a few pounds, buy this is what I would buy: the Cartier Santos skeleton.
Yes, there's been a lot of buzz about that lately.
You'll be able to get that in the low 20s, and I think skeleton watches are on the up, like whether it be like APs and other stuff. I think that's going to be something which rises, and I think it'll be safe.
I don't understand why they're f***ing horrible. Oh no.
What?
Oh no. Oh no.
I was never into skeletons, but what you have to appreciate is in a really good skeleton. Like, okay, do you know who does like really bad skeletons that are like dog crap? Hublot.
Yes.
Like,
well, that's not their thing.
But if you look at the Cartier one, you can literally, there is massive portions of space that you see through, and you're like, I can see my wrist. That's great watchmaking.
That's weird.
Well,
I don't want to see my wrist. I wear clothes so I don't have to see myself.
That says more about you than the watch.
I know.
What else do I think?
The watch you love.
Exactly.
Unless
what else do I think?
James.
Another Santos would be the Blue Dar.
Yeah,
that's going on quite long.
Yeah.
I'm not going to. I wouldn't buy either of those two personally. In terms of, I do love both of them, but
Sorry, you just told me off for not liking the skeleton, but you wouldn't buy a skeleton.
You haven't let me finish my sentence.
No, you don't deserve to.
The reason that I wouldn't is they're both only available in the large model. It's too big for me. I need to be wearing the Santos in the medium, but I would like them to do either one or both of those in the medium size. If they did a medium size skeleton or Blue Dial, I'd buy it immediately.
But you won't be able to see your wrist because there'll be a smaller gap.
Well, I've got a smaller wrist. I don't know. Or buy any tank must.
That's better.
There's two of them right here.
Behind that.
Or buy yourself like a factory set diamond Santos in medium.
To be fair, I've warmed to it. The strap is much nicer.
Yeah.
It's the gold dial you've got to kind of look at for a while, and then you go, oh, yeah, I get it.
It's a nice change from the white.
I thought I only liked it in the white, but you kind of stare at it for a bit and then you're like, oh yeah, of course. That's
it. Oh, something new.
Oh, in fact, one might call it essential.
So yeah, so we've got a new addition to the shop. It's not finished yet because there's more to go in it. There's like a whole load of stuff there which has got to be added to the shop.
We're going to call it trinkets and oddments.
We're not calling it trinkets and oddments. Trinkets and oddments. Treasures. We're going to call it Robin Henry Watches Essentials. Although we have made absolutely none of these products, but we do endorse them all. They're all
We have sourced them.
We've sourced them. I've sourced them over the years. These are items that before now you couldn't buy. But now you can.
Yes.
So,
unless you go to eBay, but shh.
Well, these were all ethically sourced over the years.
Ethically sourced. There is nothing ethical about how you source somebody. That's illegal, I might add. But nothing ethical about your procurement strategy.
Your chance to own a piece of history from Rolex or Omega and even Hublot.
You want some sexy gloves or?
There are some gloves in there. I've never worn them as well.
You can be the first to.
So yeah, check them out. Go to the web shop and there's a little separate shop for them all.
In fact, if you want to show someone your warranty card wearing a tie and some gloves
and a wallet
and trim your cigar while you're telling them about it, I don't know if that's going in the shop or not, but.
Not yet, but I probably will.
Day. And then sign your name on the invoice.
The problem with this is like a really cool set. The Cohiba thing with Hublot. I'm pretty sure it's Hublot. But I am partial to... someone needs to do some cleaning in here. Jesus.
It's going to be us.
But I am partial to a few cigars, so...
Not anymore, you're not.
No, not anymore, I'm not.
Well done, you. Oh, hello.
Yeah, hello. So, yeah.
Or your eyebrows, apparently.
Do you know what does need to go in there? An unused Rolex pen.
Oh, now that is a piece of Rolex treasure right there.
Look at that. Look at this. This is what you could own, and this wasn't even going to be in there.
Still the easiest Rolex product to get hold of.
Yeah.
There's one publicly available in the world.
No waiting list. Right, that's going in too. No one wants this Hublot nonsense, though. Right. Done.
Cool.
We out.
We are out.
Next week.
Well done, you.
Well done, me.